Kristin, and it's time for some faves and unfortunately some fails for the month of February. I hope that you've had a really great month. I know we are kind of a good chunk into March here, but it's just the way the filming worked out this time. So let's just go ahead and get started. I unfortunately have 4 fails this month. I don't remember the last time I had more than a couple. So we're going to start out with the fail of all fails, in my opinion. And that is the Lush, the Comforter Shower Cream. You guys, this stuff is terrible. I can't even tell you whether it cleans or not, because on first sniff of this, I kind of gagged a little. And I love the Comforter Bubble Bar. Love it. I think it's one of the best smelling things known to man. I saw a couple of people pick this up and I was like, ooh, I totally need that. If you think that, you do not need that. You do not need that. It doesn't smell anything like the Bubble Bar. And I don't even know what it smells like, but it is not delightful. Okay, next was actually a fail. As you guys know, sometimes I'm sent things from Sleek. And this was one of the things in the most recent box that I did not like. It's the Glitter Me Intense Sparkling Lip Gloss. Now, the shade on this is very pretty. You can see that. It's a very pretty kind of pinky red. But this bleeds all over no matter what you have on. If you have a lip liner on, if you have a lipstick on, does not matter. All of a sudden, if you have some fine lines like those of us who are aging do, you will look at a short period of time and it will be everywhere. And it is not pretty. The other thing is when it kind of wears off, it definitely leaves just like glitter behind. So not my favorite thing. Another thing that and you guys know I've tried before ColourPop eyeshadows and I didn't like any of the ones that I had. And then Mary from a Love Tart had sent me the one in Amaze and I loved that one so much. That one actually made my 2015 favorites. Well, I haven't delved into their line much more because of kind of the fail that was the rest of the eyeshadows that I tried. But this came in that BeautyCon BFF box and this is a highlight in, it's a Super Shock. It's a Super Shock Cheek Pearlized in Still the Show. This, it looks pretty on your hand, but when you put it on your cheeks, it doesn't blend in very well. I've tried it with a bunch of different brushes and with my finger. It goes on a little bit patchy, not a little bit, it goes on a lot patchy and just doesn't, it just doesn't show up right. It just doesn't work for me. And it, when it wore off, it didn't last very long. And when it wore off even more patchy than it applied. So unfortunately, that was a fail for me. Now, the last fail that I had actually leads into a favorite as well. So this is the Tarte Lip Paint. I had stuck it back in its box because I want to return this one. And this is the one in Hangry, which is a beautiful shade. Would have looked nice today. But this, it's a nightmare to apply. And you can even see a little bit how it's kind of patchy there. And like I said, the dark shade, I got a lighter shade and a dark shade. The dark shade is just a nightmare to apply to stay where you want it to stay. So while I did not like this color, let's start in with my favorites. And TBT, or Throwback Thursday, is one of my favorites this month. So I think this has to do with the fact that this is a lighter shade, but you can see that goes on much more evenly. Doesn't go on patchy at all. Because it's a lighter shade, it's easier to kind of keep where you want it to keep. Now, I will say this, because a lot of people don't like these because they want them to perform like a liquid lipstick. And they don't. And they're called a lip paint. I don't know that they claim for this to be like a liquid lipstick, but if you like the NYX soft matte lip creams, then you will like these. They're pretty much a dupe actually. So that would be a cheaper option. I just really like this color. But they don't dry down. They are not transfer proof. They will absolutely, if you take a drink of coffee, kiss somebody on the cheek, kiss them on the lips, whatever. It's going to transfer. I didn't have an issue. I've heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was now. It might have been Marnie from Miss Gold Girl. Said that she had it like all the way across her face. I didn't have anything like that. But like for me with the darker one, it just, I don't know, it was just really hard to apply and patchy and I didn't like that. But I really like this. It wears just fine, and when it wears off, it doesn't wear off in a weird way either. It just kind of wears away, and it wears away all over your lip, not just in one spot. Okay, there's a lot of talking about those. All right, another lip product that I actually have two more. Interesting. I've talked about these quite a bit. The Chanel Double Intense. And this one I got, most recently I picked up this one and what is this? Darling Pink, I think. Yep. I like Darling Pink, but that one can be, because it's so light, it can look a little bit patchy. This is just perfection. I know this is expensive, but I have tried a lot of liquid lipsticks, and this is by far, I said this in my yearly favorites too, by far my favorite. These don't dry out your lips in any way, shape, or form. They last forever. The gloss is a little bit sticky if you don't like the gloss. So there's a doe foot applicator on this end, and then there is a brush with gloss on this end. So you may not like that part of it. You could certainly use a balm over it. I don't know. I just think that these are amazing, and I love this shade in Light Rose. It is the perfect everyday, goes with everything sort of shade. There it is again. So just, if you are a liquid lipstick lover and have not tried the Chanel Double Intense, they've been around forever. Just give them a shot. Okay, lastly on lip products is the MAC Lip Liner in Plum. It took forever for me to get this because it was out of stock forever. I don't know why, but it is just the perfect, if you're looking for a cool shade, not cool like cool, but cool like not warm, shade of lip liner, it's perfect. You can create so many different looks with this. I have been pairing this with MAC Stone, so you kind of add a little tinge of plum to MAC Stone lipstick, which is very, very, very cool, as you know. And then I used Catwalkin' from Gehm Cosmetics over the top of it for really pretty, kind of neat, cool lips. So anyway, I really like that liner. I'm glad that I got it. It was worth the wait. Okay, let's talk about a tool for a moment. I understand this is an expensive tool. I understand that. But holy moly, is it worth it? And I am telling you what, I have decided by using this one that I am going to work on collecting all of the rest of them. And this is the Tom Ford bronzer brush. I know it's expensive, but man, for me, it applies bronzer perfectly. I've used with some powder bronzers, and mostly I've used it with the one that I'm currently using up, which is the, like that Extra Dimension formula. This is from the, I don't even know what collection, but it's the Aphrodite Shell bronzer. It works well with that. It works well with other bronzers. It's just, I don't know. It's just perfection for, like, obviously you're not contouring with this bad boy, but you know, to go here, it's really, 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 really good. All right, kind of going backwards from my normal, I normally go eyes to, anyway. The only blush that I have in my favorites of this month is the one from Wet n Wild. And again, I don't even think I've hauled this yet. And because I have a haul that I need to film, we may have lots of videos. You may have already seen a lot this week. My apologies. So this is in Rose Champagne, and it's what I'm wearing today. I probably would have worn a more berry blush today, but I wanted you guys to see this. That's all that I have on my cheeks today. And this is, you can't, like, it doesn't really look like much in the pan, but for some reason on my cheeks, it is just, I don't know, it's just so pretty. And even in the swatch there, it doesn't pull as much rose as you can see that it pulls in my, you know, on the cheek. Love this. Very, very, very much love this. Happy that I picked it up. I just happened to see it on a whim. I hadn't even heard anything about it, and I've been using it now for a little bit over a month. All right, another cheek product that I've really enjoyed. This was a gift to me from one of my subscribers in Scotland. It's from Makeup Revolution, and I looked on Ulta, and they sell this here. It just looks different. It's in a different packaging, I believe, but it's in Radiant Light, and it is a highlight, and it's kind of like the Laura Mercier baked highlight. I'm gonna do it very heavy here so you can kind of see right there. Not sure if you'll be able to see, but it's very much like that baked matte highlight. So it's not going to add like kabam, but it's just going to give a little bit of light. And I apologize, I don't have it on today, but I did use it in the Get Ready With Me and demo, or the haul and demo of the Makeup Revolution products that I use. So I'll make sure I link that below for you. Sorry, somebody just drove by in a crazy manner. All right, lastly, eyes. It's just so funny. Normally I start with eyes. So I have really enjoyed this palette. I've had it for a long time, and this is the Makeup Forever Palette 9 Artist Shadow. And I think it's called Neutral or something on Sephora. But these are the shades in it. I don't think they're neutral shades, but I did a look. I was wearing a look in one of the videos using a couple, I think I was using this shade in the outer corner, maybe this shade in the inner third. This is not a standalone palette. Understand that. These are all shimmers, so you definitely need to use, you know, some kind of corresponding sort of, whether it's MAC Wedge or one of the Naked Basic palettes or something like that, and some MAC Relate, whatever. The point is, though, that these are really nice shades. They stay very nicely. These don't crease on me like a lot of shadows with that sort of kind of feel to them do. I don't know. So that's one swatch of all of those. And I've really enjoyed playing with this. I hadn't played much, and I used it a lot this month, you know, along with some of those other shadows. The reason that I haven't and probably won't do a 4 Looks 1 palette with this particular one is because it's not a standalone palette, but it is really, really nice. An eye base that I have, well, I shouldn't say eye base because I've worn it just by itself and blended it out, and also as a base, the Nude Sticks. And this is the shade in Twilight. I have a couple of these. This is, you know, I mean, so that's like that. And then you can blend it out if you blend out quickly. It's so pretty. I realize it's taupe, but it's so pretty. And these, they wear like iron. They do not go anywhere. I absolutely love this one. And I think I talked about the other one in Immortal at some point in time, but this one I've used a lot this month. Some other kind of shades in the crease, a little bit of darkness from this. Really, really, really nice. Okay, lastly, and I am surprised by this. I kind of bought this on a little bit of a whim when I was shopping. That kind of happens because I am not near Chanel in person. We don't have a Chanel counter anymore near me. And so when I was out of town doing some shopping, I saw this and I was like, oh yeah. So I love these. I've had them before. These are the Stylos, the waterproof Stylos from Chanel, and this is the one in Purple Chocolate. So they are retractable, and there's a shade, and I'm wearing a little bit of the Makeup Forever Artist on my eyes, and then I have this as my liner, and it's just different enough that it brings just something different to the eyes. And I think that they have changed for the better, these waterproof Stylos, because this is a lot creamier than some of the other liners that I have from Chanel. And I always like them because they last a really long time, but now I have long lasting, and it's creamy when I put it on, and I really like that. So it's just an interesting shade. I think it is limited edition because I think it's Chanel Spring. I'm not really sure, but take a look. It says Purple Chalk on it, like CHOC. I assume they mean purple chalk. All right, my friends, that is everything. I think that I have told you everything that's on my face, aside from I didn't really say, this is the shade that I have all over my lid, and I just have a little bit of MAC Wedge in the crease, and that's all that I have on my eyes aside from that Chanel liner. On my lips today, I have MAC Magenta lip liner, and then over the top of that, I have MAC Rebel, which you have all seen a bajillion times. And I think I've told you everything else. I have the Wet n Wild blush on. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye.